Okay, now we're up at the north end of the plot where we did some mixes that potentially work good ahead of corn. The first one here is basically straight oats, which would potentially winter kill. And then we're going to have just a combination of some legumes. We've got hairy vetch, common vetch, and then we've got 2 crimson clovers, a Dixie crimson clover and a Kentucky Pride crimson clover, Balanza clover, and then we have a little bit of Austrian winter peas and a little bit of spring peas. So the goal here would be to have the oats die off. We will be laying some strips in here to plant the corn, and then in the spring we might let the legumes go a little further and potentially get a little bit of nitrogen out of the legumes. This one here, we did annual ryegrass as a base along with some oats, and again the annual ryegrass will stick around. It's more fine blade, it's kind of filled in nice. It maybe looks a little fuller through the row because of the ryegrass. There's a lot of nice benefits to having ryegrass in the mix. We also have the oats in here, and they're about half the rate of what they were on the previous plot, so they should die off. And then we just got a combination of some brassicas. We've got some rapeseed, African cabbage, and some winter camelina. So we're kind of expecting the ryegrass and the winter camelina to survive. The oats and cabbage should probably winter kill. The rapeseed in our latitude can go both ways. Sometimes it'll overwinter, sometimes it won't. So maybe tucked in with the oats and ryegrass, maybe we could get some of that surviving. So looks good. It's growing real nice. I think the annual ryegrass will be a nice benefit to this spot come spring. The next 3 sets, we're going to have kind of the same brassica lineup. We've got rapeseed, camelina, winter cabbage, and a little bit of oats. And then what we did is we did one plot with winter barley, which is the plot I'm standing in. And then the next plot over is a spring triticale. So we're kind of comparing winter barley would have a pretty good chance of overwintering. So here we'll have winter barley, winter camelina survive, hopefully, and potentially some rapeseed. Oats and African cabbage will probably winter kill. One thing we do notice if you compare the two, if you look here, the spring triticale grows really fast in the fall. We're actually getting spring triticale to overwinter. We've had it overwinter the last 3 winters, so it's a pretty good, cost-effective product in there. We're not guaranteeing that it'll overwinter. We probably need to go to winter triticale. The winter barley plot, it's going to be a little shorter. Maybe not quite as much fall growth here. Find that the winter barley is pretty gentle ahead of corn and should overwinter. So leftover mixes from the plots we talked about earlier in our garden, which has horse manure and has been very well fertilized. Things just really look good here. This was just hand broadcast, and then this one has been watered in. So this is maybe a look at how things could look if you had the right weather and right fertility. You can kind of see the oats have now died off, and we do have some legumes hanging around, the vetches. Looks like a little bit of the peas are hanging in there. If we get down pretty close, we can see some clovers. So that was the goal with this plot, to have the legumes hang around, and then have the oats go ahead and winter kill. So we're gonna step over to the next plot. You do see the ryegrass hanging in there. You see the oats kind of died off. The winter camelina is holding in here. The rapeseed does show some pretty good damage. Here is a set of winter barley that's kind of mixed in with the same brassicas. Now the winter barley is kind of hanging in there, you know, much better than the oats. We do kind of anticipate this one to survive the winter, and then along with some of the brassicas surviving. So the next plot over, something real similar. We just took out the winter barley and went with spring triticale. So you can see it's not quite, it's got a little darker green in it. We've been getting this spring triticale to survive. So we'll see what it does here. It looks like it's going to hang in there, at least for the time being.